And so I know that those messages are out there. One of the biggest partnerships that I have is with the EPA. When Sue and I sat down in the beginning, which started at a baseball game, I said, I have all these letters, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I want to start a website, and Sue helped me make that happen. EPA came, it was like we crashed together at the same time. We found each other in that first week, and there was the program. And I didn't have to write it, I didn't have to raise money, I didn't have to research it. So I had them send us the program. And when I looked at it, I said, wow, this is pretty easy. It has everything there from kindergarten, to 8th grade. I taught that program. I'm not a teacher. I taught that program. My kids had a blast. The great part about it is every time I had gone to schools after that, the kids would walk up to me and say, look, Ms. Schilling, I'm being sunwise. Or parents would walk up to me and say, I know I need to use the sunblock. It's one of those last things that I forget. And then we teach them things like tying sunblock on the end of a toothbrush. So they brush their teeth and then they turn around and squirt, put it on. The parents want to do it. The parents are more afraid when they walk out of a room talking to me, because I'm not a person to say, you have to do it, you have to do it. All I have to say to them is, what will you do 20 years from now when your child walks through the door and says they have cancer? Because that's what's pulling at my heart. I have parents from all over saying to me, I lost my child at 22, I lost my child at 24. People don't understand it's the leading cancer killer of women between 20 and 30 years old. When you tell them that, it blows their mind. And like I said, this is time. The Environmental Protection Agency program that I've given to teachers have told me this is the best teaching kit that I've ever seen. It's easy. We don't have to do any work. It's all right there for us. And I know, if you have my kids in your class, you've got your hands full. So I don't want you to have to reinvent anything. I want it to be right there. I want you to take the hour. Trust me, I went in and taught in our schools back in Boston. It's divided up into kindergarten and first and second and third. They're all different schools. So I taught the entire 4th grade, which was 10 4th grades. The kids were so excited. The letters from the parents who said, my kids came home and they talked about it. Where can I get this? Where can I get that? It's always been a fight to get the sunblock on. Now I don't have to fight them anymore. They want to do this. For me, I wanted to do it too because I didn't want my kids to be different. If I teach my kids from a young age and teach their friends, then they're not going to be made fun of for wearing sunblock. They're not going to be made fun of for wearing the long sleeve shirts to the pool. They're not going to be made fun of for wearing the hats. I can tell you that my oldest was 5 years old when we started this. The difference between my 5-year-old and my newborn, who's now 3, my newborn and my 5-year-old now have no marks on their body, hardly at all. My 10-year-old is freckled and mold from those first 5 years that I didn't know any better. And my mom slapping the sunblock on every once in a while and me thinking that that was okay for the whole day. I know the difference between my first 2 and my second 2, and I know it makes a difference. My little guy now, we're back here in Arizona for a couple weeks, it was funny the other day, my kids wear the long sun safety swimsuits, and he's screaming, I gotta go. He wants to go out and get in the pool. It's 8 o'clock at night, and he's waiting for somebody to put sunblock on him. And I'm kind of not excited about not teaching him that he doesn't have to do that because he knows it's a learned behavior. If my kids want to go outside and they're watching the clock and they know they don't want to go out they can't go out at 12, and they're waiting, and at 3 o'clock they're going, please, 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 I'll put the sunblock on, I'll put the hat on, just let me go outside. But there are things that once they've learned them at a young age, it's not something I have to beat into them at 10. My kids don't even second guess me about going outside and going into the swimming pool with the sun safety swimsuits. It's just, why are you not going to do it? I mean, because I don't want to get skin cancer. They know it. Their friends and the parents of friends are excited because it's that one thing they want to do, but they don't know how to do it. And so here is a perfect example for us to teach kids in the Boston area. We did a poster contest. 16,000 kids sent poster contests in. That means that many people taught that. That went home to that many families. And hopefully when we go to pick the overall winner, that's that many more kids going to the website to pick a winner and talking to their families again. Major League Baseball, Bud Selig was diagnosed. I wrote him a letter, and Bud Selig said, I want to meet you. He met with me, and now on June 21st, through all the ballparks, the first day of summer is going to be a Sunwise Day. And this is our first year, but it's going to grow. And I think, you know, I don't guess, I don't try to reason out or say, why did this happen to me? This is exactly why it happened to me. I've always said this, we're all put here on earth to make a difference. And, you know, the fame and the money, it could not stop it from happening to me. The only thing that can stop it is the education. It's too late for my generation. We've already done the damage as kids, but I can't imagine 340 days out in the sun, and that does not affect kids one way or another, especially since they're outside at noon. So I'm happy that you're here. I'm excited that you're here. I no way can take credit for this because it's you. It's you all taking these programs back, teaching it to the teachers, teaching it to the kids, teaching it to the parents. It's going to make a difference. I'm grateful that we have the, Kurt did so well that year and then did well again last year so that we can keep this. I realize my time in baseball is closing in. I have to do as much as I can because I know the cameras aren't going to be here when it's over. So and I want you to understand, it doesn't take somebody like me. It takes all of us to do it. A lot of people think that you need to be a famous face to make a difference. You're going to go home and talk to one family, and I'm guaranteeing you that you're going to touch somebody's life because you're going to start hearing more and more about people who are being diagnosed with melanoma. And I can't tell you what